Welcome to Mishna Salem Shevuot Perek Vav Mishnah Zayin. Over here, in this Mishnah, I'm going to discuss if someone lends over a collateral. Okay, so it's going to be based on the principle of modeh b'miktzat, right? We need, in order to force a swear, so you have to admit to partial of the claim. But let's say I lend you something, right? I lend you $1,000, okay, and in place to make sure that you return the money back to me, I hold your watch. Okay, so Amalvet Chaviro al mashkon. Right? Let's say someone lends their friend over a collateral. Ve'avad mashkon. And now I lose that watch. Okay, so the person lost the watch. Now you come to each other. Ve'amarlo, the lender. Now it says, Selah hivitichi alav. I lent you a selah. Okay. Ve'shekel hayashaveh. Right? Shekel is half of a selah. So I lent you a selah. Okay, which is we'll use the terms of dinarim now, right? Just 4 dinar is a selah, and shekel hayashaveh, you only, and the collateral was only worth 2. Okay, so I lent you 4, the collateral was lost 2. Okay, so I lost 2 of it, but you still owe me 2. No, it was equal. That watch was the same 4 as what you lent me. You lent me 4. The watch was worth 4. That's it. Patur. He is patur from a Shevuot because he's not admitting to anything, right? He's saying it was an even swipe. But in the case of Sela Vitichi Alav, I lent you a Sela, 4 dinar. Veshekel hayashaveh, right? And I'm claiming that, okay, and the collateral is only worth the shekel, which is 2 dinar. V'hala omer, what is the other person who owns owned the collateral? What does he say? La, ki ela sela vitini alav. Okay, I admit, I borrowed a sela, 4 dinar. Ushlosha dinarim hayashaveh, right? And the collateral itself that was lost, right? That you lost, you're saying was worth 3 dinar. So I admit I owe you 1 dinar, right? So I owe you 1 dinar. I don't owe you 2. Hayav. This person is hayav in a Shevuot. Why? Because he's admitting to partial of the claim. Modeh b'miktzat. He's not admitting that he owes him 2 dinar. He's admitting that he owes him 1. So once he says he has to owe him 1, that's when he has to swear mideoraita. Okay. Before we go on, I just want to point out Harambam says, important over here, that our principles, right? Anyone that lends over a collateral, the person who's holding the collateral now becomes a shomer sachar, right? It's as if he's watching over it and getting paid to watch over it. Okay, we'll see what this means. But the point over here is if the collateral is lost, that person, right, needs to swear that it was be'ones, that it was right, it was out of his control, that it was lost, and that's a Shevuot from the Torah that he needs to swear, right, that it was lost be'ones. Now, once he's swearing, right, the person who was holding the collateral is already swearing, right? He's swearing a Shevuot from the Torah. Once he's swearing, we're going to tell him, now swear also how much it was worth, right? We're going to megalgil Shevuot, right? You swear that you lost the watch? Okay, swear how much it was worth. Now we're making him swear that it was worth 4 dinar. Right? Why do we do this? Because we worry that he may have set his eyes on it. You see something, it's not, let's say it's not just a brick of gold where that's an obvious worth. It's a watch that he really wanted. Maybe he really, really wanted it and he would have been willing to pay a little bit more for it. So once we're making him swear, we're going to make him swear how much it's worth. Okay, that's what we'd call a Gilgul Shevuah. Harambam says, by the way, that he saw his father. I saw Abba Mari Zatzal force people to swear like this in this fashion, in this nusach a few times, based on what he saw his rabbi, and Harambam quotes him, Rabbeinu Yosef HaLevi. Zichrono Tzadik Libracha. This is the Rimegas, right? Rabbeinu Yosef HaLevi, of how he would mashpia tamid, how he would always force other people to swear. Okay. So now, okay, good. Now, by the way, just what we said in the beginning of the Mishnah, when we said he's patur from a Shevuot, right? If he's not admitting to a partial claim, We said the person is patur from Shevuah. Again, it's patur from Shevuah deoraita, but he has to swear Shevuah teset. Now let's go on with the Mishnah. Selah hivitini alav u'shtayim hayashaveh. Now, it's not the malveh, the lender talking. Now it's the owner of the collateral saying, okay, I borrowed a selah from you, and u'shtayim hayashaveh. It was worth 2 selaim. Okay, it was worth 8 dinar. I borrowed something that was worth, I borrowed 4 dinar, and I gave you a collateral that was worth more. It was worth 8 dinar. V'hala omer lo, ki ela lochi, ela selah hivitichi alav. I I lent you a selah, 4 dinar. V'selah yashaveh, and the collateral you gave me was also worth 4 dinar. So now the lender is not admitting to anything. Patur, so he's patur from Shevuah. Again, patur Shevuah deoraita. He'd have to swear Shevuah teset midirabanan. Now in the next selah hivitini Allah, but if the loveh, the borrower says, I borrowed a selah, 4 dinar, u'shtayim hayashaveh, right? And the collateral was worth 8. V'hala omer, the lender says, lochi ela selah hivitichi alav. Okay, I admit, I lent you 4 dinar, v'hamisha dinarim hayashaveh. Right? The collateral, the watch you gave me was worth 5 dinar. He's not admitting to the 8, but he's admitting to partial. He's admitting to 5 out of the 8. He's admitting to an extra dinar. Hayav, over here is going to be Hayav in the Shevuah. Minishpa, who has to swear? Misha pikadon etzlo. Okay, the person who's holding the pikadon, who's holding the collateral, he's the one that has to swear. He's the one that swears a Shevuat Torah, that it was lost, right? As we mentioned earlier. Shemei shava zev yotzi hala pikadon. Why? We don't want the person, the other person, to swear, who's not holding the collateral. He makes a swear, he's going to swear midoraita, and then the other person's just going to grab, been lying, and he just like pulls out the pikadon, and then he just showing everyone. So we don't want that to happen. So as we said, who swears? The person who's holding, right? Who's holding the collateral.